Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Elden Ring. As I was getting set up, I did get some appraisals on my messages. It seems like the Celia Hideaway messages are getting a little bit of help, as well as the one for the Jester with Head. So I believe last video I disconnected, and that was because server maintenance was happening or whatever. So a patch did come out. So as of recording this, there's been a patch that's buffed up colossal weapons to swing a little bit faster, as well as do better damage and have better guard. Wow, I'm getting a lot of message appraisals. Overall, sorceries and incantations, a large number of them got buffed. A few spells did get nerfed, including Adula's Moonblade. Supposedly it's been changed up. Supposedly, in theory, you can do more damage with Moonblade, depending on the setup, but overall it's supposedly considered a nerf. Personally, I don't really care. I find the spell very cool, and I'll probably still use it, but if I start doing less damage, that's probably why. And man, what is... Yeah, I got Moonlight Altar. Yeah, nice. Yeah, they're just voting up my messages. Neat. Would have been, as always, it would have been useful while in battle, but that's fine. Oh right, I don't have a map here yet. Also, you can mount down here if you weren't aware. So, yeah, the idea is continuing after Rogier's quest, Tier 4 Ghost. I can't tell what that is. Is that a... Alright, well, we're gonna cast spells. Oh. That works. That works. And then I need to deal with you. Golden Land, Ash of War. That's all that's over here, so I might just rest. Okay, just regular herbas. Alright. Yeah, we'll go ahead and sit and rest just to get a full refresh and go from there. Sorry for all the frame rate stuttering. Alright. Ash of War. Okay, so this has access to Sacred. Golden Land. Thrust armament into the ground, then gather strength to unleash a blast of sacred energy that coalesces into golden darts. Follow up with a strong attack to swing the armament in a sweeping strike. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's the move that the Erd Tree Guardians use. Alright. Stat-wise, we're sitting at this. So I want to go to 70 base without the need of an arc. Or for intelligence. And then from there I will probably shift to other things. Probably increase mind. Alright. So yeah, this area has a good deal of ants in the beginning. Sorry, getting a little disoriented. Anything of note? Yeah, I don't remember everything that's around here. I know there's a rune bear. I remember that. There we go. Smithing stone 6. Alright. Okay, ants down there that are flying. Is that an ant? Can't tell. Well, in any case, it's a clean house. So usually I fight them from a pretty far distance, but Pebble doesn't go as far. Not too bad. How's what's the? Let's see what the difference is. So Pebble's 7, rocks are 18. It's a bit of a commitment. Also, it doesn't kill. All right. All right, so down here. Okay, so we need to go back the other way. I figured we would. Like, wiping those out is fine, just in case they throw their projectiles out. So yeah, this, aha! That's where we need to go. Whew. Those jumps, man. Another way to get on this is just to drop down from where the root comes out. All right, party time. Good sir. I need to stop shooting 3 times. That's better. I'm gonna go ahead and drink now. Rune Arc. Yeah, definitely worth killing the big ones. Though they're of course just a one-time thing. Okay. Let's keep going. If only I had a precious item. Not sure what item you're referring to. Pop. God. It feels like Rock Sling's been nerfed. I mean, I don't mind. But definitely feels like it's been nerfed. So yeah, killing the big ones is what brings these to town. Too far away. Okay. Pop. It's nice to get a bunch of rune arcs back. Okay. It's either that or they buffed Pebble, which did not need to be buffed if they did. I mean, I don't mind the nerf to Sling, because it's still amazing. I mean, the main benefit is its physical damage. It can flinch pretty well, and it can stagger. Or break stance, rather. I think we got all the... yeah, the ones on the ceiling have dropped down, so we're good to go. Okay. Fully refreshed, so that worked out. It's a gold thing there. But before we deal with that... Elden Stars. Oh, right, this spell. This spell was not very impressive. At least whenever I use it. This legendary incantation is the most ancient of those that derive from the Earth tree. It creates a stream of golden shooting stars that assail the area. It is said that long ago the Great Will sent a golden star bearing a beast into the lands between, which would later become the Elden Ring. So it shoots out a big star that kind of just bounces around and shoots like a ton of tiny stars in like all directions. And each of the tiny little stars does like 20 damage when I used it. It's awkward to use. You don't really have any control over it. So overall, I did not find it very impressive, and I ended up just unequipping it. Supposedly, a lot of the madness spells have been nerfed. They made the madness buildup be reduced, which that only matters in PvP, because PvE you can't use madness on monsters. I mean, you can, it just doesn't do anything. Since, you know, they're probably already crazy. Alright. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna hop off this and nearly fall off the tree. Heck of a drop. Holy grease. Alright. Getting there. Alright, we can spirit summon here if we care. Looks very familiar. It looked like a very familiar secret passage from Dark Souls 1. Alright. So, this route. Let's see what we can make happen. There's kind of ants all over the place here, so naturally we gotta be a little bit careful. Alright, problem solved. Okay, I think that took care of the ones above us. It did. Okay, so now we can just deal with you guys next. Alright, got a charge back. Alright. That covers that pretty well. Got some of them flying in the air. I hate how it makes me drop lock on. The amount of runes we're getting is not bad. Alright. Probably should have drank sooner, but that's okay. We're only down 1 flask, which is not bad at all. Warming stones. Alright, there's still some areas we can check. Like over here. Thanks. That one had 50 upvotes. Good for him. Whew, I did not want to actually jump forward, but that's okay. You know, it just gives me a heart attack every time. Alright. Okay. Anything up there? Nope. Oh, hello, sir. Strange light. Oh, that's just a butterfly. Oh, where'd you come from? Okay, there's the grace. Go ahead and tag that. Oh, hello. Alright, we're almost out of the ant hell.
Oh, Lord Godwin. Such cruelty. Such humiliation. Oh, my poor sweet lordling should have died a true death. As the first of the demigods to die, as a martyr to destined death. But why? Must it yet bring such disgrace? A scion of the golden bough, sentenced to live in death. How could such a thing come to be? Oh. A scion of...
Alright, just repeats. Okay. New summoning pool, not a big deal. As always, I'll only summon NPCs if I feel like they're quest related. But as far as I can tell, there's not ever a situation where you're required to summon an NPC for anything, so it's usually just for flavor or to make a battle harder, I guess. Anything up here? That'll be an interesting place to tuck away an item. Assuming there's not a walking volume there. So yeah, we're just kind of covering this area just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Doesn't look like we missed anything. Alright. So, this area. First things first, don't walk on the path. So the reason why you don't want to walk on the path is there's an enemy. I could have swore there was another one that ran by. Alright. Thank you for the refresh. In fact, let's do that. And that. Because we're going to be killing a lot of these. So yeah, those monsters, those little death geckos or whatever, are kind of all over the place here. Did I pass the area? Yes, I did. So these guys, these are stationary statue things, or whatever they're called. I don't know what their actual name. But if you happen to be in front of them, they will shoot a stream of literal explosions at you. And they can do quite a bit of damage. But they can't turn. So you can literally just kill them. And that one was worth 3,500 runes. There's an area that has a bunch of them. And it is a known grinding spot, if such interests you. Alright, so now we can go on the path safely without triggering the explosions. Hello, good sir. Alright, it takes 3 hits even with 2-handing, so I'll just switch back to 1-hand. Supposedly, Greatsword's guard has been improved. It's not too bad. I don't really have a way of testing it since these guys don't really do they don't really do physical attacks for me to guard. Golden centipedes. Alright, so there's actually a cave behind one of these waterfalls, and inside it is a rune bear that has really high stats. I did kill it, and it was not worth it. Okay, I'm at half, so I need to be careful. An arc. Smithing stone 6s. Oh, I'm about to die. Yeah, when there's a million of them, they are a little bit more dangerous, admittedly. And this thing degrades pretty slowly. Okay, one left. Up, two left. Three left. Alright, come at me. Alright. Full refresh and yeah, don't get cocky even though these guys are pretty unthreatening, but in a group, in a tight enclosed area with a bunch of black mist, can definitely be a little dangerous. Alright. Okay, more trouble there. I believe the bear is somewhere in that direction. I'm not good, so I'm gonna kind of keep my distance for now. All right. So we got that nonsense. Can I hit you from here? Yes, I can. Vacuum slice. It has quality enchant on it. Vacuum slice. Lost skill of the ancient heroes. Hold the armament aloft to surround it with a shearing vacuum, then launch it forward as a blade-like projectile. Alright, that's everything in here, I think. Unless I missed a chest. I did not. Alright. And it looks like we finally recovered from the death stuff. Try running. Oh, it's probably just talking about running to avoid the explosions. Or you can just, you know, outrange them. Range of this sword is elusive. Hey, a Ghost 5 finally. But I've already bought one, so I don't need it. And at this point, there's really only one other spirit I would consider upgrading, and that's the army of Tower Shield zombies or wherever they are. Apparently I frostbite that one. Is that a... yeah, that's what I thought. Disappeared. I'm being shot at from afar, it looks like. Okay, we got you up ahead. Help. Come and get me. There you are. God. Sheesh. They get parry magic, apparently. Not the prettiest fight, but that's okay. Hey, you. Oh yeah, being mounted makes these guys actually a lot easier to deal with. Because you're kind of above the mist. Okay, nice refresh. Let's go ahead and heal. Alright, let's keep running around. Nothing back here. Alright, so we need to get up there. So let's see about doing that. There's a few directions we can go. Going up is actually the correct way. But it also has a way to get to the bear that I mentioned earlier in a safer way. So I think that'll be the plan. Oh. Probably should have got that sooner. Alright, so yeah, this is where we're at. We started, there's the finger reader. We started here, went across here, and now we're in this area. You can go up to this area, and then there's down to this area. And we'll be doing both because I don't intend on coming back here, so I might as well clear it all out. Okay. Takes care of you. Chase after your horse. You didn't make it. Alright. There's a grace here. There is a sarcophagus nearby as well. Or a crypt, or a grave, I don't know what you call them. Coffin, you can call it that. That I think it takes you back. I don't remember where it actually takes you. But we'll do that part last. Anyway, this guy was shooting at us, so that is our ticket to climbing this area. But first, we got some soldiers. I ran out of stamina. Alright, nice refresh. I'll go ahead and drink both. Top myself off. Alright, can't do anything with that. The beetle in question disappeared, which was disappointing. I thought it teleported, but it didn't. Guess it didn't. Oh, come on. Go away. Oh, hello, sir. Thank you for the refresh. All right. So yeah, it shoots down that way, but if you come up this way, you're good to go. So yeah, there's a bunch of these, and there's a convenient spot where you can actually set out a grace to kind of get all your stuff back, and then rinse and repeat. Alright, I don't think there's anything over there, so I'm not going to do any fancy jumping for that. Alright, there's the one up there. Really screwed that up. Prince of Death's Staff. Alright, so it has Int and Faith. It boosts death sorceries. Staff embedded with Sullied Amber, said to be the very part of the Prince of Death, enhances death sorceries. One of the staves deemed heretical by the Academy for its ability to allow sorceries to be augmented through faith in addition to intelligence. So I'm guessing it's probably for those dual faith int sorceries. Like the weird little homing spirits and things like that. Alright. And then we can do this. Okay, another one down. Behold Liar. Okay, there's one there. So we could do a mad dash to that. But yeah, you can kill a bunch of these, and if you happen to have the yellow or gold crowfoot or whatever, that can help you further. Alright, so we can drop down there, questionably. Or I can just use that spirit nest over there, which is probably safer. Alright, and then we can do this. Alright, so we're gonna run past everything first. And then narrowly avoid you guys. one's shooting at me. Yeah, just running through and killing a few of these. Each run can get you quite a bit of runes. It's not the best farming spot, but it's a pretty safe one. Because up here is a grace. Once you get off this route, though, this area is non-mounted. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to get on top of that piece of tower there. Yep. Yep, you can see it trying to... Yeah, you can see it just kind of keeps shooting at you. It's really annoying. Alright. Probably should have healed first, but that's okay. Anyway, up here you can get a butterfly if you need them, I guess. And then from here, you can actually keep riding upwards. Oh, well, that just takes you to there. That's not helpful. What we can do instead is go this way, the way we were going, prior to being bombarded. Turn around. Actually, before we do that, let's go and grab this since I ran past it. Tried to turn around and it didn't. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I want to actually get up onto this waterfall area here. And the way we can do that is to ride up here. And then double jump to here. Alright, there is a hole nearby. Yeah, it's like right there, so be aware of that. So before we drop down the hole, we're going to go running around here a bit. Go say hello to the ants. Excuse me, sir. Alright, don't remember if there's anything actually worthwhile over here. But that doesn't stop me. Oh, hello, sir. You're a shield one, aren't you? Tier 7. So yeah, getting a tier 7 is not bad. Alright. Mike Rock. Alright, so the hole here. Is it safe to drop here? Yes. What the hell? Oh, okay. I was looking at that branch. It looked like a person, or not a person, but like a weird insect thing. So I was a little confused. All right, so we're dropping down here. There's the bear in question. Somber 7, nice. Alright. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. We'll just do this. Enjoy your frostbite. Not bad. Yeah, I fought him the dumb way originally. I literally found a spot where he wouldn't rush me and just pelted him with as much poison bolts as I could. It was not a great strat. And essentially, if he ever caught me, I was just kind of screwed. Like, he's so aggressive, he does so much damage. Alright, so we got the Prince of Death's Cyst, which greatly raises vitality, which of course lets you resist death. Yeah, fetid overgrown cyst taken from a facial flesh. It is said that this cyst came from the corrupted visage of one unable to die a true death. Indeed, it comes from the Prince of Death, Scion of the Golden Bow, and first of the dead among the demigods. Okay. Alright, cool. So we got that taken care of. We did take care of the grace that was up there, so we're good on that front. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take care of the lower levels then. The lower levels are not bad at all. Alright, we've got some ants here. I wish they extended the range of Ice Crack. It would make it a lot better. That's the biggest issue with it, and it's really hard to judge the distance with it because the projectile's really, it's got a lot more going on around it with all the mist and stuff, so you can't really visibly see your distance as well. That gets us an Arterial Leaf. Supposedly these are mostly used for like the high-end alchemy things, like perfumes and stuff. Which could be a little bit rough if you're someone that really wants to use those, simply because you only have a finite amount. Can I drop down here safely? One way to find out. That's safe, but that's not what I was looking for. That's slightly better, but not quite what I was looking for. Yeah, my facing's wrong. Alright, supposedly that's safe. So I'm just gonna drop down here and die. Okay, so I can land on these little lips. Perfect. So now I can just go on here and grab this. Regular smithing stone 7's not bad. And then we could drop down here safely. Oh, since I'm using a greatsword now, I actually can't double jump off of a fall anymore. Because apparently they still haven't fixed that. Okay, so we did miss a beetle. That really sucks. But it's not a big deal. It's just annoying. Yeah, this has been a lot easier since I switched to mounted. That's pretty much how I did it originally, too. Alright. Oh, hello. So yeah, we have a few ways to get down. The area with the ants was kind of one of the ways. There's also a walking mausoleum all the way over there. And a lot of patrolling guards. An absolute ton of them. Alright. That'll work. Lightning Great Bolt. Oh, it's an ability. Is it a spell? Am I crazy? Did I just not pick it up? What happened? Ah, there he goes. Lightning Great Bolts. Great Bolt tipped with a clump of gravelstone shards deals powerful lightning damage. Okie dokie then. Now for Operation Murder Everyone. Got Mausoleum Greaves. Greaves worn by headless soldiers who endlessly guard the wandering mausoleum, rust worn and stained through unending conflict. Alright. So, there is some danger here. The biggest danger is these guys with great bows. Oh, that didn't work. And they shoot great bows, yeah. They're not fun to fight. Okay, where'd you go? Like, no, seriously, where'd you go? I know you're not dead, because I didn't kill you yet. Where are you? Okay, you're shooting that way. There you are. Okay. Oh, hello. I was right. I knew there were 3 of you. Excuse me, sir. So yeah, if you went towards the treasure here, you'd have been hit in the back by the great bow. And the great bow does tons of damage, especially to me since I don't have any armor whatsoever anymore. Mausoleum Soldiers. Used to summon the spirits of 5 Mausoleum Soldiers, spirits of 5 headless soldiers who confound foes by disappearing and reappearing at will. The Mausoleum is where the bodies of soulless demigods are lain to rest. And these soldiers follow their masters into death by severing their own heads from their bodies. Oh, there's a 4th one of you, huh? Excuse me, sir. Okay. So, we're going to continue down this way. We're about to hit some trouble, though. Okay. Alright, just more troops there. I know you're up. I know you're around here, Archer boy. There's one. Yeah, it's already shooting at me. Yeah, all the way from over there. There's not much we can do about that. Two down. Yep, and there's the other one. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Okay. I don't think that arrow actually hit me, it hit the horse. So yeah, you try to rush the archer, and you get ambushed by these guys. And then you get ambushed by the other archer. With the wonderful wombo combo. Okay. 2. Okay. Yeah, they're hitting my horse. So which is annoying, but not a big deal. Alright. Thank you for the gold rune. And tier 6 glovewort. Or ghost glovewort. Looks like we're okay here. You can see more of those. Actually, that's a beetle, I think. Yep, that's a beetle. I hate these stupid beetles. Yep, there it goes. Alright. By the color, it was probably going to have a stone of some sort. So we can go back and try to get those eventually, but right now, I don't want to. Instead, let's end this. With this guy. Oh my god, that's so much damage. 2 hits, that's ridiculous. Alright, well, I'll call it here. I am the Depressed Dior, this was Elden Ring. I'll see you guys later.